An extraordinarily rare and extremely significant archaeological discovery has been unearthed in Jerusalem. Here's a quick clip from the Israel Antiquities Authority.
Just a few days ago, and we're talking just a few days before the 9th of Av, we have uncovered one of the most meaningful items that is a witness to one of the most dramatic events in the history of Jewish people.
באחד הימים האחרונים התגלתה הפתעה. יניב לוי, חוקר המטבעות שלנו, הגיע לכאן מאחוריי, ולמרבה ההפתעה יצא מטבע שכבר בשטח חשבנו שאולי יש פה משהו נדיר. חיכינו מספר ימים בדריכות עד שהמטבע חזר מניקוי, ואכן יש לנו מטבע שנת 4 למרד הגדול.
So we're talking about a coin minted during the 4th year of the Great Revolt of Jews against the Roman occupiers.
I'm now joined by Israeli tour guide Yoav Rotem. So Yoav, what did this coin actually say and why is it so significant?
So whoever watched the whole clip, you could see that they found a bronze coin right next to the southwestern corner of the Temple Mount. This coin was created at the year 70, right before the temple was destroyed by the Romans. How do we know? And let's get into it. Now, on this coin, they have on one side 2 palm trees and etrogs, which is a citrus, which both are symbols of the holiday of Sukkot, which is a holiday of the tabernacles, which is a holiday of pilgrimage to the temple. So the coin is connected to the temple. And on the other side, they found an Hebrew inscription that says to the redemption of Zion, which Zion is Jerusalem, obviously. And that's year 4. It says year 4 in Hebrew, Shin Daled, which is Shnat Arba, the year of the 4th year of the uprising against the Romans, which starts at 66. Now, why is it so amazing, this finding? Because first of all, let's get into the situation. The Jews' uprising starts in 66. They lose the Galilee. Then the Romans come to Jerusalem. They destroy Jerusalem and they burn the temple eventually. Some Jews will run to Masada and the whole story will end in Masada in the year 73. But that's the year when the temple got destroyed, when the reality has changed forever from a religion of sacrificial in the temple to a religion of 3 times of prayers. It's a crucial moment, this destruction. And we have an evidence by this coin to just a crazy understanding of the people who made it. Right before that, the year 3, 2, and 1, they made coins in Jerusalem. And they made them and they wrote to the freedom of Zion, believing, knowing they're going to free Jerusalem, they're going to free the Jews out of the Romans, they're going to live free in their own homeland. But then they see that the catastrophe is coming. And what's left in their hand is only the prayer. It's only the trust in God to the redemption of Zion. It's going to happen. And what I believe that this coin is extremely significant for our days today. For so many years, Jews have been yearning, dreaming, praying to get back and to be free in their own land, in Jerusalem, in Zion. And in 1948, this prayer has been fulfilled by the Jewish state of Israel. And now when we found this coin, we have the privilege, especially these days of war, we have the privilege of fighting and praying the same time to our freedom and still believe in the redemption. That's unbelievable reality that we have here. That's, for me, exciting. Raj, I mean, I don't know if they saw it. There's a moment in the clip that you can see the pile of rocks that fell from the wall. And I know a guy, it's actually you, that used to say that when you go to this place, you can really see an Instagram moment that changed the time, you know, like a little glimpse into the history, the moment of destruction. That's where they found this coin, and the coin is actually bringing back to life the moment of destruction, the feeling of these people and what they've experienced.
To me, that is just one of the most fascinating discoveries of all time. Just to rehash a couple of things you said, because I think it's so important. Year 1, 2, and 3, so at 66, 67, 68, 69 AD, these coins that they started minting said for the freedom of Zion. And then when they found this one that says for the redemption of Zion, which basically means they know the destruction's coming. They know that it's not looking good. And so to almost put a prayer on this coin, and to me, I get the debate amongst Christians of when it comes to Israel, but in my humble opinion, you have to intentionally harden your hearts and close your eyes to not see that the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is up to something with the restoration of Israel. You talk about the books of Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Isaiah, and to me, I think we're living in unbelievable prophetic times. Yes. And I think that's why the enemies of God hate it so much, because it's the reestablishment, the redemption of Zion is a trophy of grace to a people that don't deserve it, right? Ezekiel, it's not for your name's sake, O Israel, but for my name, that I'm going to bring these people back to their land. And so to have this coin where you have these people that realize that they're about to die, that realize that Zion's probably going to be destroyed, and yet they're praying that maybe their ancestors one day would come back and be a part of this redemption of Zion. And to me, that is just an unbelievable discovery that I think speaks so much of what's happening right now. Yoav, you and I have geeked out about these kind of discoveries before, but why, in your opinion, why specifically to you, Yoav, is this discovery so meaningful to you in this season?
I'll say something before maybe, which is part of the answer. These people, it's not that they just didn't lose hope. They never lost faith. And I think it's something that in my family, I know it happened because for so many generations, back to Iraq, back to Europe, which my family was coming from there, they never lost the hope and the faith of coming back to their land. And since we are back in our land, and now we are experiencing a crazy, brutal attack, and I'm not talking about October 7th, I'm talking about these European leaders that are talking about, that they are weakening the right of existence of Israel because they support people that wants to destroy Israel. If it's Hamas, and until today, the Palestinian leaders never accepted the existence of the Jewish state of Israel. And that's something that's very, very, very hard. If you're precise with your ears and listen to people, that's very, like me at least, it's very hard for me to hear this attack. But when I see these kind of coins and I know the truth and I know the process, and you talked about the prophecies, I live in the prophecy. Amos talks about I'll bring them back to their land and they plant their vine. I see the vines around where I live every morning, every sunset. I say hallelujah when I see it. And sometimes I live in L'chaim from the wine that grows over there. And that's something that is exciting. It brings tears to my eyes when I talk about it right now. And for so many generations, and I think people don't get it. I belong to here. That's my home. That's where God put me over here. That's God put my family over here. The land of Judah, Judea. I am Judean, and I am happy living here. And unfortunately, I have to fight for this land. And this is a memory from the past when the fight failed, but the faith was never lost. I'll show you something, Raj. I have here in my hand a medal that is based on this coin. The coin is hard to see, but the medal is showing, it's a medal that was created by the National Company of Medals of Israel, showing the coin that the Romans created after they destroyed Jerusalem. It says Judea Capta. You can see a Roman soldier stepping on a Jewish helmet and a Jewish woman crying under the palm tree, which is symbolizing Judea. And then, that's what the Romans said, and they said Judea was captured, and the year is 70, right after the coin that we are talking about was found. And then 10 years after Israel was created, you can see here they put chains, and 10 years, 1958, they created this coin. And it says, you can see the woman holding the baby, the man, the Jewish man planting a tree, and it says, decade to the freedom of Israel. That's something that was created, and I'm holding it in my pocket everywhere I go, and I'm going to show people this. I mean, this side will never happen again. This is what we're doing. We keep on planting trees and grow babies here.
Wow. Wow. Oh, there's just so many Bible verses that are coming to the back of my mind about these promises that God made. Again, not for anyone's namesake, but his own. And he's going to keep his promises, and he's going to keep his covenants, no matter what the gates of hell say. Yoav Rotem, God bless you, my friend.
Thank you. You too.